Hello musicians, this is Corey Taylor from SkilledMusician.com, where we are helping musicians improve. Thank y'all so much for checking out this video today. Now in today's video, we're going to talk about talk music. Yeah, the music you play while people are talking. Now, generally this is done in church, but it's also done in concerts and during speeches. So if you're a gospel musician or a church musician, this video is definitely for you. But even if you're not, this video can benefit you. Now in this video, I'm going to give my 4 guiding principles. I call them my 4 T's for playing talk music, as well as I'm going to give you a methodology, like a really cool way, a system to play talk music that takes some of the pressure off of you. Now please note, in the description box, I've also put a link to the sheet music where I take these voicings through all 12 keys. So you can get that, the link is in the description box. But let's not waste any more time. Let's get started. So what is talk music? Well, like I said in the introduction, this is music that you play while people are talking. And so in trying to figure out how to play talk music, I ended up developing 4 guiding principles. I call them my 4 T's for playing talk music. So my first T is tone. You want to make sure that your playing matches the tone of the speaker. So you want to make sure you're matching the setting. So in this moment, is it a really delicate setting that you want to kind of play kind of soft? Or is the speaker kind of being boisterous where you can play a little bigger? Are you matching the speaker's tone? And this can also be done with the patches you use. So you can add like pads underneath your playing and kind of make it a little weightier. So make sure you're matching tone. Second T is tempo. You want to make sure that your harmonic rhythm matches that of the speaker. So for instance, if the speaker is speaking slowly, like in the beginning, God created the heavens, for example. You don't want to play, that kind of doesn't match. In the beginning, that's just kind of a little too much, right? So in the beginning, God created the heavens. Right? You just kind of want to match harmonic rhythm, like how fast you're playing your chords. So easy enough. All right, my third T is tonic. Sometimes when speakers speak, they actually speak with a pitch. So they might speak like, in the beginning, God. That's terrible. But in the beginning, God created. So you want to, so he's in the sea, well, I'm in sea. So you kind of want to, in the beginning, God created heavens. Kind of match that key. And so my 4th T is topic. Many times when we play talk music, we end up playing songs. So we want to make sure the song topic matches what the speaker is speaking on. For instance, so if the speaker is speaking on surrender, you don't want to play a song about faith. For instance, those are kind of two, they're all about God, but different topics. So you want to play something about surrender. Right. All right, cool. So those are my 4 guiding principles. Tone, tempo, tonic, and topic. So there are so many different styles of talk music. There's convention, prophetic, contemporary, traditional, modern worship, CCM. But today we're going to talk about the kind of modern gospel style talk music. Now, so often when we're playing talk music, we are weighed down with a lot of considerations, like what chord should we play here? How should we voice it? What inversion? What melody note should we consider? So there are a lot of things we're thinking about all the time. And so I want to give you freedom. So I'm going to give you a set of voicings that you can use And so then your only responsibility is to figure out what melodic choice works, sounds great, and making emotional choices that match the emotion and tone of the setting. Now, I can't take full credit for this idea. When I was thinking about talk music and really analyzing how I play talk music, I thought about this. But it wasn't until I was sitting in a service and I heard a musician playing it. His name is actually Brandon Birch. He's a great musician, but he also has software like loops and stuff. So look him up. I think his company is XME Inc. I think I'll put a link to his stuff in the description box, but he makes loops and all that stuff. But anyway, I was listening to him play and I was like, he's using that idea. And so I said, that's it. And I wanted to share it with you. So here goes. The scale I generally use is the major scale. So really simple. And here's how I voice. So I'm going to harmonize this entire scale in tenths, basically. Okay, so let's do it. So I'm going to start with my left hand on C, and go up a fifth and the sixth. And it's kind of going to be the same voicing type the entire scale up. My right hand, we're going to be on E, the sixth, seventh, and then E again in the melody. So we are doubling our melody note, E here, and we're actually doubling the sixth here. And that's going to kind of be the template going forward. All right, so the first, our voicing on C is, right? Our voicing on D, the same voicing, but D, we're going to up a fifth, but this time instead of a major sixth here, generally on the 2, I like to go to a minor 6, so we have this kind of run up here. Same thing with my right hand, we have F in the outsides, a fifth here on C, and then that B flat there. So we have, got it. On E, same thing. So we're going a fifth, start on E, go up a fifth to B, and then we're going to have the minor 6 there, which is the C. And in the right hand, G on the outsides, and C and D in the middle. So let's do the first 3. Sorry, let's try it again. So let's do the first 3. Okay. So our fourth one is F. We're going to go up a fifth, C, and here's D, and then we're going to go in thirds, up a tenth or third. So we're starting on A's and the D and E. So you can kind of see the pattern. For our 5 one, we go G, D, E, right, and B's on the outside, E, and an F sharp. I know that's not in the key of C, but that F will clash, so I generally move up to F sharp. All right. For the 6th, we have A up a fifth, minor 6th, right, and then C, F, G, C. Right. And then for the 7th, we're gonna go B, major 5th up, F sharp, G there, and D, G, A, D. So if I walked up the scale using all these, it would be okay, cool. Now, I also used another set of voicings. It's very similar, just one change in the left hand, and I based it off of the 3rd mode of the harmonic minor scale, or Ionian sharp 5. So that's just a major scale, but the 5 is sharp. So in this system of voicings, I'm gonna make 2 alterations in the left hand and in the scale harmony. So instead of our first voicing being like this, I oftentimes double what my right hand's doing. So they're both playing the same. And this is not the greatest voice leading, but it ends up working, kind of thickening up the voicing. All right. right? And so I just kind of go up and play the same inner voicing in both hands. Now, here, remember I said I used the harmonic, third mode harmonic minor or Ionian sharp 5 scale, which has a sharp 5 in it. So instead of playing natural 5, I'm going to raise to the sharp 5. So this is it. And then 6, and then 7, and then back to 1. All right. So that's 2 different sets of scales and voicings, and you can utilize whichever one you want or mix them together. So your choice. Now, how do you practice these? So my first suggestion is just get in the habit of going up the scale, right? And then I would try thirds, so skipping in thirds. So go here, then right, right, and get in the habit of just skipping and going forward and backwards until you're comfortable. And that's just one key, and then go through the other keys. Just get comfortable going up and down. All right. So, and that was D flat for those that are wondering. So I'm sure you're asking, like, well, how do I play it? What do I do with these voicings? Well, your responsibility, your only responsibility is to think melodically. So play melodies that sing and have great emotion, right? And if your melody takes you to a different key, well, so be it. Because we're just thinking melodically. We're not even thinking particularly key, unless your speaker is speaking in a specific key. But we're not necessarily thinking key. We're just thinking melody, right? And you know, honestly, this is a great way to harmonize a tune. So if you're thinking of a particular song, play that melody with this style of voicing, right? So let me just kind of demonstrate it for you. So. Let's think of a song, like I Surrender All. Let's try this part. I'm gonna slide out a key. Then come back. All right, let's try this part. Let's stay in key this time. Let's slide out a key. So there were a couple things I did when I played that. I was alternating a few times between the two different systems of voicings, right? And then the other thing I did was I was sliding out of key because I was just thinking play melody, right? Whatever the melody is, and then I'm just harmonizing down. So whether I'm in C or another key. So for instance, so here's the melody. So there are a couple ways I can harmonize that, right? So this could also be, right? So this next chord is B. Well, it could be, you know, in G, but it also could be. So so I'm thinking a different key. If I'm thinking in the key of D, I harmonize that. You see? So when you have a good understanding of all your keys, then you'll notice that there are a couple voicing options for every note that you can pull from. So you don't have to particularly stay in C, right? Let's see. Now there are a couple little idiosyncrasies that I think can help make these sound really cool. The first thing is when I'm playing, it's just kind of skip around. So try thirds. Melody likes to use neither steps or skips, so if I'm doing that, right, so right, or I can kind of slide out the key. Let's try it again. Right. All right. So another thing I like to do, and I just actually did it, was kind of messing around with the inside voicings a little bit. So. Especially my right hand. All right. And another thing I like to do is to play the outside voicings first and then go into the inside voicings. So, right, just kind of so. All right, so those are a couple tips. And then the cool thing with this is this is another set of voicings that you have to use, but you can always use the stuff you've already been playing. So, you know, you could, you know, kind of do your, right? Right, so you can always utilize the stuff that you've already done mixed in with this idea to create kind of amazing talk music. So not too bad, not too bad. So hopefully you can apply this to your playing immediately. So make sure you practice this through all 12 keys because you don't want to reach for a chord or key that you haven't actually practiced or prepared for. All right, but with that said, make sure that every key that you practice, you master it, right? You want to make sure you have it down and pat before you move on to the next key. All right, so remember, I have the sheet music for this lesson in the description box with both systems of chords through all 12 keys. All right, so thank you all so much for checking out this video. Again, my name is Corey Taylor from SkiledMusician.com, where we are helping musicians improve. So hopefully this video has helped you. So until the next one, be blessed and happy practice.